Welcome to our review for Kekkaishi. Let's dive in right now. Kekkaishi or Barrier Master is a Japanese manga series written and illustrated by Yellow Tanabe. It was adapted as a 52-episode anime television series. The manga had over 17 million copies in circulation as of June 2020. During its broadcast, the anime series were frequently among the top 10 rated anime television shows. The series is about Yoshimori and Tokine, heirs to rival families who use kekkai, which means barrier magic. They must defend their school from the spirits drawn to the sacred land upon which it is built. According to the legend, 500 years ago, there was a lord with a mysterious power that drew supernatural creatures called the Ayakashi to him. A demon exterminator, Tokimori Hazama, was called upon to protect the lord and his castle. However, the lord's power stayed on the land even when he had died. Thus, Tokimori founded the Hazama clan, who inherited his techniques to protect the land. This sacred land is called Karasumori. In the present day, Yoshimori and Tokine, heirs of the Hazama clan, are the Kekkaishi who protect the Karasumori land, which happens to located on the grounds of the school they attend. They are supernatural users who use a technique called kekkai, which is a form of magical energy barrier, to capture and destroy Ayakashi that are drawn to the sacred land called the Karasumori. Any Ayakashi that stay on the land become stronger. Therefore, Yoshimori and Tokine are to guard the land from the intrusion of Ayakashi who try to power up there. Yoshimori and Tokine suffered hardships in their responsibilities to protect the sacred land. The Ayakashi they must fight are becoming more and more powerful. But, they managed to protect the land with the help from Yoshimori's older brother, Masamori, and the Urakai, which is the Shadow Organization. The Shadow Organization itself is an organization of supernatural users governed by a council of 12 high-level users. Kokuboro is a group of Ayakashi attempting to restore their leader's powers. Finally, a civil war begins between the leaders and founders of the different groups. Over the course of the story, it is revealed little by little that the legend is full of lies. The real source of the sacred land's power is Yoshimori, the illegitimate son of the Hazama clan's founder, and the sacred land, Karasumori clan's heiress. Tokimori used forbidden arts to try to give his son unearthly power. But the plan backfired and instead gave his dead son the power to draw people's life force, killing everybody around him. Tokimori was forced to seal his own son beneath the sacred land. However, being alone with no aid, Tokimori was unable to completely seal off the barrier he created. This allowed his son's power to leak out. And this is what draws supernatural creatures Ayakashi to the land. To overcome this siege, Yoshimori and Tokine need a new site for the dead soul of Yoshimori. So, we got ourselves a fantastic team. One aspiring goofy teen who seemed to be crushing on one smart perfect girl. And one best friend who is half human half other. Best of all, the anime is populated by interesting and amusing characters. Yoshimori is your typical plucky teen who is rendered well with his struggles and dilemmas. The characterization for Tokine is not your typical cutesy female lead. She is sensible and seriously good in her wielding her supernatural weapons and tools. It's rather rare these days to see anime female protagonists drawn without overdeveloped body parts. Which, in this case, only makes her more charming and lovable. The other characters have well-defined personalities that explain why they do the things they do. Every character remains faithful to her main trait, with character growth and interaction. Overall, the relationship and romance have a deft touch to it. Kekkaishi has everything you would want. A terrific storyline, great comic relief scenes, plenty of actions, lots of fun, strong family values, deep friendships, dedicated teamwork and thought-provoking scenarios. The art is excellent as well, very clean and rarely with the exaggeration of either being too shoujo or too shonen. Kekkaishi is the definition of how a shonen genre anime is meant to be made. On top of that, Kekkaishi has built cool imaginary landscapes of the organizations, with their buildings floating in the sky. As a supernatural action thriller genre, Kekkaishi delivers. Do catch this anime series. It's going to be listed in our top 10 anime list coming up soon. Thank you for joining us in QT's and review for Kekkaishi. Please click like and subscribe to us. Keep safe always and have a wonderful day.